Welcome to Mo Health Media. My name is Guy Danhoff, and you're in store for a very, very special edition here with today's broadcast. I am joined by Drew Burris, and Drew has been a 10-year veteran as a Ridgeview elementary teacher for the last 2 years, but he's been doing this for nearly a decade. And Drew, give us a little background about your teaching, and then we'll get into some of the methodologies that you use, because you've been doing this for quite some time, and I think our viewers will find this quite interesting.
Well, I've taught pre-K through ninth grade PE. I did K through 6 health as well. I've coached junior high boys basketball. I've coached high school soccer. I feel like I've done a lot. With MoShape, I presented for the past 6 years. I recently did one that we did for our virtual convention. I have my own website, projectphysed.weebly.com, with all my resources that I've created on there. I have a YouTube channel as well. All of my videos that I create are on there. I have been published in PE Central, the Great Games Activity Book, which used to be out a little while back, and then the Games Gazette, which just recently came out. So I've had a lot of games published. I guess I can say I'm famous for the field day stuff. I guess people have told me. I create a lot of field days. Students love it though. It's all for them, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, Drew, and another thing you do, you actually even do live streaming from your classes.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta bring that up, because that sounds like something you would think you would do. So give us a little history behind the live stream part of it, because I got to tell you, I've tuned in many times. It's really cool how you're engaging your classes.
With the pandemic going on, I know there's not a lot of teachers that are in session with their students. So I thought of something different. You know, since back in March when this all happened, I would send out at-home visuals, and I put it up on my Twitter and have students and parents and other colleagues take a look at it. Right. So when I got back in session this year, I thought, you know, I can do a live version. That'd be kind of different. Maybe people would actually watch it. And the kids were kind of panicking at first, because they said, "Oh, we're gonna be on the internet." And I was like, "No, you'll be okay." So they did a really good job. I wanted them to kind of get an idea of what it was like with me interacting with my students during all this. So seeing the masks and being 6 foot apart from each other, and only maybe using one piece of equipment to nothing. And it worked really well. We did 2 other ones after that, and the kids, they love it. They ate it up. And their teachers would show it to them online, and they'd have a little viewing party in their classroom. So yeah, it was, they really liked it. Well, it was different.
It not only was different, but it was timely, because at that time we didn't have resources like that available to us. People needed, look, our colleagues, other physical educators, needed to see what that distancing looked like, how you can interact, because, you know, let's just face it, the modality of what you had to do in the classroom changed, but you were willing to put yourself out there and make this accessible, not just for the students, but also obviously for other professionals. And with that, I just want to, you know, first of all, tell you this, in case you didn't know, your session called Pandemic PE, which I'd recommend to anyone viewing, if you've not seen it, it is at the MoShape YouTube, called Pandemic PD, and it's the #1 most viewed content session for the virtual convention. And Drew, it's kind of amazing, but we saw like the top 5 most viewed, you know, content happen to be around things that teachers could apply to their classes. Now, maybe you can wonder why maybe PE pandemic, I mean, shot up so high, but I mean, you've still had a very steady stream. That first aired last Thursday. So you've been going strong for over a week now. So maybe if you can comment a little bit on what people could expect when they watch that.
Well, when I usually went to MoShape's convention to present, I was going to do field days. And I thought, well, you know, not knowing what it's going to be like for next year, there might not be schools that are going to be in session depending on what this all comes out. So when Dr. Dochev, the past president, sent out an email saying, "Hi, if you would like to present, we're looking for things that are needed right now." And I thought, I thought, okay, so back from spring till May, I had my at-home stuff. I said, okay, there's one thing. And then we have half the students virtual this year, so we run seesaw with them. So there's another thing right there. And I thought, wouldn't they really want to know what it's like during the PE time? So I thought I could call it Pandemic PE, and I thought that hit me. I thought that's a great name. I thought now all I got to do is put all this stuff in here that I've done from March until now, and it about an hour long, but I think if you have time, it's well worth the watch. It goes over things you can do at home. I've sent videos and pictures in with the slides showing what my students look like, even people from all over the country.
Right.
I had a group of brothers playing one of the games. They were up in Canada. They sent me pictures of them playing this outside. So I thought this is going to be, I think it's going to be big. And yeah, like you said, with the views, it turned out really well. So I'm really glad that it panned out. So,
well, Drew, you're trending at right now, looking at over 1,000 views in the week.
Good.
That is amazing. You're talking about how difficult it is for people to have the time to watch much anything. So given the fact that they're doing that because you're providing solutions for so many people, not just in our state of Missouri, but also, nationwide and even obviously international, because it's now open on our YouTube channel that you can see that for MoShape. The other thing is, I want to congratulate you as you won MoShape's presidential award from Dr. Dochev, because you inspired him, but you inspired him because of, as he would say, there's a little quirkiness, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what it means, but I will say this, Drew, we know that so many students love what you have them do. We know so many colleagues think the world of you. You've been on my own show that I co-host called Zagging 101, as we're teaching. Yeah, you've been on twice. You're the only one ever appeared twice for two different reasons, because not only how to use the technology, you infuse the pedagogy, and lastly, you're getting results. I mean, you're really helping, our kids get, reach their goals that you're doing in the class. And so with that, what I want to do is shift gears a little bit. And, we're coming up to the holiday season, right? Next week, most of the people in Missouri will be off starting on Wednesday. Obviously, there'll be a nice break there. And then you're going to have Christmas break. So I was just wondering if you had any ideas for families that could engage in fun physical activity over the holiday break.
If you look, well, actually the weather's really nice down here. So if they just go outside and take a walk, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't know how nice it's going to stay. I use YouTube a lot. There are a lot of this or that videos. So they'll ask a question of what you like. So do you like this or do you like that? I've sent that out to my virtual students before. We did a Thanksgiving one just this week. And, I always require for them to send me a picture or a video of them participating. And it's usually with mom or dad or brother, sister, and they just have a ball with that. You could do scavenger hunts in your house. You could take letters and put them somewhere, then go to that letter, and it's a letter T. Go find something that starts with T in the house. You can do colors. There's all kinds of different things, and right now, is the best time to be with your families, and it's a crazy time right now, and spending all the time you can with them is a plus. But there are a lot of things that you can do with your family time.
Well, with that, we want to certainly go ahead and welcome you to the Missouri Healthy Schools family. Obviously, we know you're going to be creating some content very soon down the road. And obviously, we'll let everyone know when that becomes available. But in the meantime, where can we direct them now if they want to, take a look at some of your resources?
My Twitter handles where I put most of my work things on. So it's at Project Phys Ed. I do have my YouTube channel. I just search Drew Burris YouTube. It'll pop up, I think, #1 on there. I've got my website, projectphysed.weebly.com. Everything that I put up on Twitter, it goes right onto the website. So it's updated, I'd say hourly if I have new things. Because, my students, we're on a 3-day rotation, and we don't do the same thing twice in a year. So we have, a full deck of cards to go through. So every third day, there should be something new up on Twitter for people to look at.
Well, that's going to be pretty cool. And also let you guys know, as soon as he starts creating some content here, we're certainly, on the Missouri Healthy Schools, We'll have you featured on our website as well as our own YouTube channel, and you will have your own playlist. So that's something
Nice.
else we can all look forward to. So lastly, if you want to see Pandemic PD, you can go to MoShape and you can go to their YouTube channel. It's in a playlist for the MoShape 20 virtual convention. So Drew, I just want to say thank you for taking the time. I'm a big fan of your work. I am, and I'm amazed that you've been doing this for a decade strong. And you were truly one of the early adopters of this, and you just continue to evolve. As you know, as I would say in my world, it's constant zag. That's what you do. You're all zag all the time.
Zag. Yep.
Yeah. So want to just say thanks again, and we'll be hearing from you soon again down the road. But thanks for taking the time now, and congratulations once again on receiving the Presidential Award for MoShape.
Thanks for having me.
All right. For Drew Burris, I am Guy Danhoff. We want to thank you guys for watching this very special edition of Mo Health Media.